Wagner mercenaries are now just 300 miles from Moscow. According to Apple Maps, it's just a 7-hour drive, or 5 hours if Prigozhin decides to pay for tolls. He has already covered about 500 miles from Rostov in the past day or so, and Putin is not happy. He's made a speech asking his armed forces and commanders to avoid the temptation of criminal adventure and be driven onto the path of serious crime and armed rebellion, motivated by excessive ambitions and personal interests. As a Wagner helicopter blows up an oil depot in the Voronezh area, Putin appears to have ordered Russian military troops to take up defensive positions along the M4 highway leading to Moscow, and the Russian Air Force has also been targeting Wagner convoys. Voiceover Dennis: Russia has been posting machine guns at checkpoints along roads to Moscow and are arming police officers in Moscow with military equipment as well. With almost the entire army in Ukraine, Moscow is pretty much undefended. The Sulla comparisons, the Roman commander who marched on the undefended Rome, are suddenly looking very prophetic. We could legitimately wake up tomorrow to Moscow being occupied by Wagner, but should we want it? Is Prigozhin really better than Putin? And would this be a better situation for Ukraine? I'm not so sure. Without the need to skirt around the constitution or the propaganda that they're winning the war, he could easily just declare martial law, explain the dire situation to Russians in a very frank manner, and blame it all on his predecessors. Tell the people that there's no other option but to put Russia on a total war footing and start the largest military conscription program in recent memory. Sure, certain areas would break off from the Federation, weakening Russia, but this would be a disaster for Ukraine. And what if, in the name of peace, for their own interests as well, China intervenes like how they did back in Korea? Honestly, this situation is impossible to predict, and the consequences could be far worse than any of us could possibly imagine. But I'm keen to hear your thoughts in the comments, so please let me know.